Hi friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to recreate this card, a little bit of changes, but it is a two-part video, the shopping cart and no line stamping. And this is the shopping cart video. I'm using 110-pound smooth cardstock and acrylic blocks, as well as my stamp chamois to clean off my stamps. Two types of inks, the Memento Black and Desert Sand. This Desert Sand, we'll be using it in the second part video. Paper, scratch paper, and pencil. Let's get started. I will be featuring Lawn Fawn stamps, a plethora of them to give you guys options and ideas. So let's get started. On my scratch piece of paper, I'm going to draw out a shopping cart according to the size that I need. If you are using a different type of stamp company, go ahead and size up or size down. This little girl will be writing in the shopping cart, so I kind of might want to make it to the size for her. I'm using different stamps, I have an idea of what I want to use. I want to use that banner stick for the bottom. The outline of the shopping cart is this sheet pan right here. And the wheels, this line from Really High Five to close the cart, maybe even the bottom. The wheels can be bubbles. And I'm just giving you lots of different options to look at your stamps in a different way. For example, I want to challenge myself in this video to recreate a shopping cart using the blender. I think this is a great shape. And giving you options with this chopstick. That can be the bottom of the cart. Handles could be this part of the spatula, the tongs, the whatever you want to call those, as well as more wheel options. Also look in your stamp set, and if you feel like you can use wheels, tires from different sets already, go ahead and try that out. Again, if you are at a level where you want to use masking, go ahead and use washi tape, post-it notes, however you need that. I am using the sheet pan to create the cart, and as well as the little plain solid line. You can even make your cart out of just the line right there from Really High Five. And I'm kind of masking back and forth. This is a lot of trial and error. Have fun with it. Give yourself some grace. I'm drawing in these little lines that are going to be connected to the back wheels in pencil. Sometimes you don't really need a whole stamp set to make simple lines, and that's what I'm doing with this. I'm going to go back with my multi-liner pen to connect the bottom shelf to the wheel railings right there. This banner comes in really handy because you can go ahead and easily mask. There we go. I'm going to just stamp the bottom piece of the banner stick. Stamping on a scrap piece of paper to see how your masking looks is a great way. Remember, this is a prime example of giving yourself some grace. I'm going to start putting the wheels on, and you'll see that they have this little cart using the bubbles. It comes out kind of wonky, and I'm okay with it because I'm going to use it in the shopping cart racing card, and I think it's just fun and cute. You're not even going to notice it with so much going on. Oh my gosh, I made it super wonky, and I'm okay with it. Give yourself some patience. Have fun with it. Just sit down and play with stamps. Don't take yourself too seriously, and just have fun. And trust the process. I am masking up the entire bicycle just for that handle. And I'll give you an option for something like that with this dewdrop little stamp pad. This is great. I did not use this because it's not juicy enough. It's not dark, so I need to re-ink that. But this is a great option for tiny little stamp sets like this. Now you have options when it comes to this cart because the shapes are pretty basic. Rectangles, lines, circles, and stamping on a scrap piece of paper gives you that option to check where your masking is at. And I want to be able to give myself some grace with this. Like I said, be patient with yourself, have fun, trust the process. I can't stress that enough. Now I want to go ahead and show you and give you so many different options with all these stamps. I'm going to show you really quick what I used on this card again, so you know, from Bicycle for Two. This little line at the bottom is the bottom of this banner. Really cute. The handle is all for the cart, the push cart handle is, I keep forgetting the name of it here. And it is this bicycle handle, as well as the little line to close off the cart is the little string from Really High Five. The shopping cart in itself is this sheet pan right here. Think into your stamps, and the little bubbles again are the wheels. Look through your stamps and think what other shapes you can make with those stamps to make the shopping cart, to make the handle, to make all of these things. Think outside of the box, and that's what is fun about it, to rethink what your stamp set is. It can work for. Now I want to go ahead and make more shopping carts using different stamp sets. For example, this Beam Me Up, this really old Bake With Me, Build a Cake, something like that, I forgot, is one of the older stamp sets. It doesn't even come with a die. This one right here is already pretty easy to make the shopping cart, but not everybody has that, so let's get into a fast mode on how I created 3 different shopping carts. And I want you guys to actually see how I make mistakes as well. So this one I'm going to use the Beam Me Up, but the beam part of it, the stamp. I created the shopping cart and used my multi-liner pen and pencil to just close off certain pieces. Again, I used the chopstick as the little layer at the bottom. The wheels on that cart is the eyes of the alien. So remember, you can use things for what they're not meant for, and that's part of the hidden treasures, that you know that it's there. Challenging myself with this blender. The first time it didn't come out, and I'll cross it off later on. And using this little fat cart handle from the grilling set, the barbecue set. More tiny little pieces for the wheels. The confetti from Really High Five was the inside of those wheels. Now I came back to the Bake a Cake, and trying to get that cake stand to become a handle right there. The wheels, I came back to the bubbles, but actually the bubble wand this time. So that was fun. Look at, you can make so many different little carts just by using the basic shapes and looking through your stamps. Have fun with it. I really do. I really did have fun. This one right here is the blender. Isn't that fun? This one is the bake a cake. Then the top one is the beam. Look at that. The handles, again, from the tongs, the spatula, the whatever tools you want to call those. This little rolling pin can also be a handle. That would be great. Look through your stamps to create wheels. This little nose, reindeer nose on the car. Just this one comes in really handy. Don't discard these little pieces. The little confetti, the circle was inside of one of the wheels. I'll be using this stamp to create movement on the card. The chopstick, the Beam Me Up, and like I said earlier, the alien eyes on that one was for the wheels. You can make this little space, the saucer, flying saucer, into a cloche and put a rose in it, and it looks like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Don't discard certain shapes. For example, this one right here, it looks like if you stamped it, it could be a slipper, a bunny slipper. Go through your stamps and take a look at what you can recreate. Look at shapes differently. It would be a lot of fun for you to just play with them. That's what I did, and I hope you got a better understanding of how I draw out my cart. And then I go through my stamps and I see what works for what. And now I'm going to go ahead and do some coloring on all these 4 carts and see if you can kind of figure out what each cart is before I add some critters to it. You'll see right now in a moment I'll add in some critters to all of these carts, and what I'll be using them for. Already colored, cut. I added detail with that white pen. Look at how cute that is. Now this is my Target cart. This is a Walmart, Costco cart, and Joann shopping cart. Isn't that cute? Joann, if you don't know, it's a craft store. And I think this looks like a machete. It's so funny. It's so fat and chunky. I love it. Now I want to go ahead and add some critters to it. The top two are going to be featured on my no line stamping card, no line coloring card, excuse me. And so I will be using those on the card in the next video. And I'll show you how I add those critters, at least on the Target card, on the first two. This one, I'm adding color at the very bottom of the dog. That's my niece and her dog. I'll show you how that red coloring fits in. There we go. I didn't want the outline of white on the paws to contrast. Same thing with these little kitties. That's my daughter and her two cats. They will be running down the aisles and shopping cart racing. This little Target bear has gone shopping and her little mouse is inside of the shopping cart sitting down. They're going to go pick out plants at Costco, and they're going to go have samples. Then there are the go back crafts for the Joann's cart. These mice are putting all the fun craft back on the shelf that were the returns. I just layered them on top of each other, and then added some clear tape to keep them nice and tight together. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make the shopping cart and how I ended up adding critters to it. Look through your stamp set, see what other fun shapes your stamps have to offer you, and I hope you stick around for the second video so you could see the no line coloring and how I create those two little girls on the shopping racing. Thanks. Until next time. Bye.